Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome into Boulder Collegians baseball as we watch a slow chopper hit to the left side and fielded by the Collegians third baseman Hall onto Hudson for the first out of the game. It's Jake Shapiro and Ethan Jordan joining you for the call of the Boulder Collegians and Colorado Pirates doubleheader today. Monday was scheduled for Saturday, rescheduled to today because of the rain that took place over the summer solstice. Ethan, I think this is the first time we've seen the sun since the longest day of sun of the year in which we saw no sun.
That's right. The weather's back here in Colorado. It's more like that Colorado, the sunshine, 300 and what days of sunshine. Hasn't seemed like it lately, but here today, we've got baseball weather again.
We've got Martinez on the mound for the Collegians, the right-hander who grew up playing this program, a local kid, dealing on 0-1, slapped into center field. Going back is Amador, tracking it down and making the catch with his backhand for out number 2. Tell us a little bit about Martinez, Ethan.
Yeah, Caleb, as you mentioned, grew up here in Boulder, played over up in Longmont his high school ball, but did play for the Collegians youth team. He's appeared in 4 games thus far this season, 5 2/3 innings pitched, a 6.35 ERA to go along with it. Only one of those appearances, however, is a start. That came against the Fort Collins Foxes on June the 14th. He pitched 3 innings and gave up 4 runs.
He was really good in that start until he got to the third time through the lineup in which he was bit a little bit, and it was a start in which he was tasked with going at the last second as a makeup for Joe Milano, who was scratched.
Yeah, that's right. Other than that start, he's been pretty good. He had a bit of some trouble. He pitched in that first game of the season, but his other 3 appearances, save for that start and that rough start at the beginning of the season, he hasn't allowed a run.
Missing here, it's 3-0 on the batter, Donaway. Donaway on the year is one of the best Pirates. He's given the Collegian pitching staff some trouble in their 2 prior matchups, though not too much trouble as the Collegians were able to win both of those affairs as Martinez hits the 3-0 auto fastball for a strike.
Yeah, the Collegians won those 2 games 10-4 and 12-2 in a doubleheader played on June the 11th.
Slapped over to the left side. Hall, for the first and third outs of the inning, is going to be able to handle it, and the Collegians have the Pirates down in order. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Ethan and Jordan and Jake Shapiro on the call from Boulder, Colorado. We'll be back in just a second.
seconds.
Jake Shapiro and Ethan Jordan on the call, not Ethan and Jordan. We are back for the bottom of the first inning, where we will see the Collegians' top of the order bat, because that's how the bottom of the first normally works. It's Roselle, Amador, Davis, followed by Jimenez, Arrivo, Hudson, Richardson, Hall, and Cowart today for the Boulder Collegians. On the hill for the Pirates is the right-handed pitcher Flynn, who you've got some information on.
Yeah, he's just finished up his sophomore year at Adams State University. Right-hander delivers. And Flynn had 19 1/3 innings pitched at Adams State this season, a 13.03 ERA. As for his strikeouts to walks, it was the walks that really hurt him. He had 17 walks and 17 strikeouts.
Behind 2-0 to start the game on Brandon Roselle, the right-handed hitting shortstop for the Collegians. On the year, batting .256 over 56 plate appearances. That means 10 hits. 3 extra base hits, one of them a home run. Watches this, and it's 3-0.
He's been used as the Collegians' leadoff man here in the last 5 or so games, maybe a few more. Part of the reason is he gets on base so well, up 3-0. He's drawn 13 walks on the year.
Flynn, the righty, deals, and into the dirt. It's a 4-pitch walk to start for the Collegians.
We mentioned it just a moment ago, but the walks are the big vice for the man on the hill in Flynn. If he can limit the walks, look for him to have a productive outing.
It's Chris Amador striding to the plate. Haven't seen much of him lately for the Collegians, though he is one of the team leaders in plate appearances. Has struggled this summer with only 4 hits over his 50 plate appearances. Looking to get off the schneid, you put someone in the 2-hole. That's the most protected spot in the lineup. First pitch, finally a strike dealt by Flynn.
Good comeback pitch for Flynn, just locating a fastball exactly where the catcher was set up. Maybe give him some confidence moving forward. You always talk about first in baseball. Once you get that first strike in, it seems like you can start from there.
That pitch, a curveball that misses way wide. We are here in Boulder, Colorado, under sunny skies. It is Monday, June 24th. I've gotten ahead of myself. The sun sets tonight at 8:32 p.m. It's 79 degrees with 18% humidity. It is that Colorado weather, like you talked about, Ethan. So accustomed to this in the summer, and not like we saw over the weekend. 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses just a bit wide.
Yeah, evening showers are one thing, or afternoon showers are one thing. All-day showers, no thank you.
Don't take all-day showers. We've got water restrictions in place here. You got to save the environment.
Do we now? After this weekend, I don't know.
2-1, and it's fouled back to the screen. Probably not. It's really green. If you're around in the Boulder area, I mean, a lot of you I know are parents watching at home. Normally, the mountains have like a yellowish, greenish hue to them. You know, it's a desert, semi-arid here. But right now, after a rainstorm like we get, it is just pure green. The mountains are very, very green. 2-2 hit right up the green grass of the infield. Fielded by the shortstop, steps on the bag for 1, on to first for 2, and a really nice play by Wolata. Ground ball brought the shortstop right onto the bag and was able to get 2 for the price of 1.
And that'll help Flynn's case, as he committed one of the cardinal sins of pitching, a leadoff walk. But then gets what's one of the better things to do as a pitcher, a double play, in order to erase that mistake.
That misses wide, too, on Turner Davis, the DH today. Has been one of the better Collegians hitters, provides the pop in the lineup. And Davis slaps it over to the left side and fielded by the pitcher onto first, and that will be the end of the inning. So the Collegians go down in order after the leadoff walk, and we're on to the top of the second, 0-0 after 1 inning of play. Back for the top of the second in Boulder, Colorado. Martinez on the hill for the Boulder Collegians, and Caleb will have Churchich at the bat for the Colorado Pirates. 1-2-3 they went in the first inning, as did the Collegians after the walk. Were scoreless at the start of 2. First pitch there is a ball. Collegians played yesterday. It was a road game. High on the sky, towards the screen. Davis might have a play on this one, and does. It's a pop out to the catcher, Turner Davis. Nicely done for out number 1.
Yeah, the Collegians played yesterday and took their second loss of the season to the Denver Cougars. Fallen to them twice now. That one had to be moved from Mountain View High School down to, I believe they played at Double Angel.
They did. That ball misses as well, as Martinez gets behind again.
That was due to the weather that Jake was talking about earlier.
Double Angel is a turf field, so a little bit easier to get those games in. Martinez's pitch here is a ball that misses as well. I believe it was the only game that happened as scheduled at the correct time this weekend for the Collegians.
That's probably correct. You were here Friday night, and they only got one of the 2 in, right?
Yup, and Saturday both games were rescheduled till today.
Martinez has worked into 2 3-ball counts here in these first 2 innings. He was able to get Dunaway to ground out in the first, but now has a 3-0 count here.
And it's a walk on 4 pitches for Martinez.
He has yet to throw a strike that wasn't swung at by the batter in this inning. So he went 3-0 down on Dunaway. Dunaway grounded out. Then he was behind on Churchich, who popped out, and then a 4-pitch walk to Johnson. So we're just trying to wrangle in the command here.
This is Strotz. Finally a called strike for Caleb Martinez.
And a beauty. That was right there on the corner. Excellent fastball that time from Caleb.
0-1, runner on first. Fastball swung on and hit to the left side. Coming to the line is Arrivo. Looking up in the sun, he tracks this down and catches it head high for out number 2. Nice play by Nick Arrivo. The sun isn't quite that bad down the left side yet, and it was hit high enough where it wasn't into the sun, but Collegians get their second out, and the runner on first, Johnson, is at risk of being stranded with Rode, the 7-hitter, at the plate. Martinez with a fastball, strike 1.
Good to see Martinez work ahead of another batter here. Coming inside on the lefty with that fastball.
0-1 from Caleb. Fastball called, strike 2. Now an opportunity for his first strikeout of the game.
Wonderful to see him try that breaking ball. Hasn't had a lot of confidence in it thus far.
0-2 with 2 outs. Fastball, and didn't get it off the plate enough. It's fouled back.
Probably fortunate that's all it was. Not the location you want to be throwing in on 0-2.
Johnson reached on a 4-pitch walk. He's on first. We'll do 0-2 again with 2 outs. Johnson takes off. Martinez steps off. They've got him caught off in a rundown. Roselle, the shortstop, chasing him down, and will tag him for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Collegians again get him down in order. Again, unorthodox, but we'll take it. To the bottom of the second, in a scoreless game we go. Collegians will have the bat. Back in Boulder, Colorado, foot of the Flatirons, it is Flynn on the mound for the Pirates, who got the Collegians down without too much of an issue in the first inning. There was a walk, but they got the double play. Striding up to the plate is the DH Jimenez, who has had the hot bat lately for the Collegians. Flynn's first pitch, it's a breaking ball in there for a strike.
The hot bat for the Collegians lately in a team that has had their bats run a bit cold these past few games, trying to get back into the step of things offensively. I mean, they were red hot in terms of offense. It was the pitching that was the problem early on, as there's a strike. But recently, it seems the bats have dropped off and the pitching's picked up a little bit, trying to get them both together.
0-2 on the cleanup hitter Jimenez, leading off the second inning. Scoreless game. Flynn's wind up, and it's in the dirt.
Another game going on in the RMBL right now. The Foxes are playing the Game Day Saints at Double Angel. Foxes a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the second already.
Still undefeated, that Fort Collins squad. 1-2 from Flynn. Curveball in the dirt, and Jimenez holds up. Ethan, you missed Friday's game. You were on the golf course, I believe, weren't you?
I was supposed to be, and then the weather happened.
And you didn't want to come to the game still?
No, I was with a buddy of mine. We had signed up for this golf tournament a while back, and before I even took this job, I think, with the Collegians, and so I was with him and his family. We actually came up to Boulder for dinner, of all things, and we were thinking about coming to the second game, but it didn't happen. So we just hung around Pearl Street. It was a nice time. For those of you families who are out of town, if you come and visit to see your kid play or anything like that, Pearl Street is definitely a place to check out here in Boulder.
Don't know where that missed, but Jimenez able to watch the ball and draw a 3-2 count out of an 0-2. A lot of good places to eat on Pearl Street. One of the foodiest towns in the world, Boulder, Colorado is. I don't know if these guys have enjoyed that much, though. 3-2. Jimenez swings and misses, and it's out number 1 in the second.
Really nice breaking ball that time from Flynn. In the perfect location, just low enough out of the zone that Jimenez had no chance to do anything with it. Even if he had made contact, it would have been a simple ground ball, but just high enough that Jimenez thought about offering. Perfect pitch from Flynn on 3-2. Add on to that the fact that he decided to throw it on a 3-ball count. You got yourself a recipe for a strikeout.
So that brings up Nick Arrivo. Don't know if I've seen him bat fifth this season, Ethan.
He's been all around the lineup. I mean, we've seen him as low as 7th, which he hasn't been there lately because of how well he's swung it. Mostly a 2-hole hitter, has been in the leadoff spot and the 3-hole as well. Yeah, you're right, Jake. I don't think I've seen him 5 yet this season.
And he's one of the team leader in RBI, so maybe that's what they're trying to do there. 1-0 to Arrivo, and that misses wide.
Yeah, maybe hoping Chris Jimenez will get on base out of that 4-hole, drive in Davis or someone if he's aboard, and then have Arrivo move him around.
Collegians in these baby blue jerseys against the yellow of the Pirates. 2-0. Curveball misses high. If this matchup looks like it's straight out of the 1980s, I agree.
And we're not complaining.
No, not at all. More colors, please. 3-0. And that's in the dirt. It's a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, I like this a lot more than, white versus gray. This is what you like to see.
Do you know why road teams wear gray in Major League Baseball?
I don't.
Up to the plate, number 11, Hunter Hudson.
I had to hear that Isaac Parks is doing PA, and it was not very good. Stick to pitching, buddy. Anyway, they wear gray because it's easier to find good dry cleaners at home, so the white uniforms could be tailored and dry clean better, whereas on the road they couldn't go to dry cleaners as often, so you could get away with there being dirt on a gray uniform and people wouldn't notice as much.
That makes a lot of sense. So many things in baseball are based on what was practical back in like the 1900s or something, or the early 1900s, I should say, or even the 1800s. And it's just funny how many of those things have survived even though their practicality has worn off.
Right. It's like the noise that makes a shutter sound when you take a picture on an iPhone.
Right.
It doesn't actually do anything anymore.
By the way,
1-0 as the runner takes off for second. Big break there, and Arrivo's in safely.
speaking of Nick Arrivo, he has hit in the 5-hole once this season. He hit in the 5-hole against the Fort Collins Foxes in the second game of the year. So there's that.
Interesting.
In fact, he's hit in the 5-hole twice, both in those Fort Collins games.
Speaking of old school baseball, Hunter Hudson rocking the high socks with the stripes today.
Also approve of that.
Different look from Hunter, 2-0. And that misses wide, and it's been 7 straight balls dealt by Flynn. Flynn, not Flem. I have phlegm. That is Flynn.
Causing you to say phlegm instead of Flynn.
Flynn.
And I just said phlegm instead of Flynn.
Gosh, darn it.
I'm blaming you for that.
Yes. 3-0 with 1 out. Runner on second is Arrivo. The batter Hudson, and he watches a pitch in the dirt, and it's back-to-back walks. Collegians got something going here with Kelby Richardson stepping to the plate, which was the best hitter in the Collegians order last time we were here at Scott Carpenter Park.
See if he can keep it going. He's been kind of a streaky hitter this season. He'll go on a tear of about 2 or 3 games where he's the best hitter on the team and then cool off a little bit. So hopefully he's still feeling it up there.
Richardson in that last game here at Scott Carpenter Park as he grounds it over to the third base side. Stepped on the bag for a 1. Bistrup back on to first, and that is another double play, ending a potential Collegians rally. We go to the top of the third. Nothing doing for either team thus far. Back for the top of the third inning. It is scoreless here in Boulder, Colorado. Caleb Martinez on the mound for the Boulder Collegians doing a solid job thus far, and he's got 8, 9, and no, he doesn't. I've got my book wrong. Yeah, he does got 8, 9, and 1. 7, 8, and 9 because Rode was up at the plate when there was a runner picked off. He has faced the minimum thus far, actually. Caleb has, despite allowing a walk. Count 1-1 here on Road. He was down 0-2 last time, and now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, Road kind of wasting the opportunity to get a new chance and a new count. Back down to 2 strikes.
1-2, and it's at his face, and you don't want to swing at that.
Yeah, that's not usually the place you want to throw a changeup, but Martinez left it up. Probably fortunate he left it that far up and not in the zone.
Martinez is 2-2, and it's slapped over to the right side. Should be easily handled by Cowart, but no one's at first base. So it's an infield hit of a weird variety, and the Pirates have a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, that's just Hunter Hudson, who's typically a catcher, is not totally comfortable over there at first base. You'd see a normal first baseman make the read that the second baseman has that ball and go back to the bag, but Hudson, with the inexperience, charged that one as well.
You got to know if it's more than 2 steps to your right as a first baseman to bail and go to the left and make sure someone's at the bag. Instead, it's a hit, the first of the ball game for the Pirates, and the first for either team. First pitch strike here on Gritzel, the center fielder. Grizzle?
Grizzle?
Grizzle? You think it's Grizzle?
I don't know. His name's JT Grizzell,
I think it's Grizzle.
but JT Grizzle sounds so good.
Sounds like a baseball player, JT Grizzle.
Sounds like an 1890s catcher.
He's down 0-2.
He plays center field, though.
You know what? We're talking about old things in baseball. You ever go on Baseball Reference? Well, yes, you go on Baseball Reference. But do you ever go on Baseball Reference and look at the old names on Baseball Reference from like the 1910s?
Absolutely. And do you ever go and look at the nicknames from the 1910s on
Yes.
Baseball Reference?
Why was everyone nicknamed after their disability? It's kind of messed up. Everyone was...
Because PC hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah, but it's kind of messed up. Like, there's like Shingles Smith. Three Finger Rossburn.
No,
Three Finger Brown.
he did all right.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he was good career. But, like I said,
Lefty Grove, Lefty Smith.
Yeah, the whole lefty thing is also interesting. You know, if you're a lefty, that's what you're known for.
2-2. And a strikeout, first one of the game for Martinez.
Yeah, threw him a changeup there, pulled the string. Grizzle was, or I keep saying Grizzle. I want it to be that so bad.
Whatever you want it to be.
Grizzle was out in front on it. That's a good way to come back after the defense behind you. I know it wasn't an error, but good pitch by Martinez to try and get out of a situation. Anytime the defense behind you makes what wasn't an error, but might as well have been, it's good to pick up the defense behind you.
You see Turner Davis there telling Martinez to keep the ball down. He's left a lot of this pitches high, including the strikeout changeup. Fastball hit to the left side. It's through. It was a diving haul, but couldn't make the stop, and that's the first real single of the ball game, and the Pirates have 2 on with 1 out in the third.
Yeah, left another pitch up there, did Martinez. Even that bouncing ball that Rode hit was a ball up in the zone that frankly, when he hit it, I wasn't sure how Wayne Rode got on top of that pitch. But, yeah, Martinez needs to bring it down a little bit, or guys are going to start catching on here second time through the order.
Wojtolka to the bat, the shortstop. Grounded out to third last time. Use that here, it'd be a double play. Collegian squeezing it up the middle. The bunt right back to the pitcher Martinez. Only play to first and is able to get it.
Made that a little closer than probably should have been. He just kind of flipped it over there to Hudson. Wojtolka, who runs well, almost beat it out.
So scored a sacrifice, 1-3. That moves up the base runners to third and second with 2 outs. I've never really liked that bunt particularly, but it gives them a chance with Bistrup at the plate, and he hit a hard line drive to center field last time that was brought in by Amador.
Yeah, no outs, sure. I agree with you. On 1 out, I don't love it. Especially from a leadoff guy who's probably going to get on base at a pretty good clip. And at least if you're going to do that, try and bunt for a hit, but that one was right back to the pitcher. Not sure if that was the design, but...
And that one's high, too. Martinez can't get it down in the zone right now. Good opportunity for Bistrup. Logan, the right-handed batter, open stance. Martinez in the windup and finally gets pitched down right on the inside corner, and that's a strike. Strike 1, it's 2-1.
Got to be careful with Bistrup. He hit it well to center. A nice play by Amador. Saved ball that would have maybe gotten into the gap. So
2-1. And it's slapped towards left field. Going out, then coming in as a revo. That's how you do that, and that's out number 3. So 2 hits, but nothing doing for the Pirates. We're still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the third. we're in the bottom of the third inning. It's the Pirates and the Collegians. It's 0-0, and it is the Collegians at the plate in the form of Hall. Third baseman's made a couple nice plays out in the field. We'll see if he can continue that nice play at the dish. Watching a pitch in the dirt, it's 2-0.
Pretty good start if he wants to do that, and a pretty good, nice hitter's count. Flynn was bailed out by a double play in that second inning, but the Collegians got some traffic.
So Nick Hall waiting for this stretch to begin, and it's a ball that's in the dirt, and again, Flynn at risk of another 4-pitch walk. Have to think at some point they're going to hurt him.
Well, anytime you get runners on base, at some point you're going to get them across the plate.
Called strike.
That was a heck of a pitch on 3-0. Fastball with some tail right on the outside corner.
(3-1). And that pitch is a called strike, too. Wasn't going to be able to do anything with that one, Nick Hall.
Yeah, Nick Hall's up there like, what gives, man? 3-0, I'm supposed to get one more central, and Flynn has just painted the corners.
Flynn's full count pitch. And that is the walk. So that is another walk for Flynn. His 4th walk here in the third inning with no outs. And still no runs or hits for the Collegians. And something might be on for Logan Cowart, the second baseman, batting 9.
Yeah, could lay down a bunt. We'll see. Cowart runs all right at the plate, probably about average.
Third baseman Bistrup playing even with the grass now, and hit right back at the pitcher. That's the Collegians' first hit. Thankfully, Flynn's okay. That was hit right back at his head, and his hat's actually tilted to the side right now. He dropped like a sack of potatoes, and it's first and second with no outs.
Yeah, just get out of the way of that one. Logan Cowart ripped that up the middle. I mean, if that's what was on, that's a heck of a way to draw it up.
The almost killed the pitcher play. Not so nice. But now another situation for some action with Brandon Roselle, the leadoff hitter. He walked last time. First and second with no outs for the Collegians. They've got one hit right there. Was their first hit of the game. Second time through the lineup for Flynn. First pitch a curveball. Surrendered 4 walks and only 1 strikeout, so his command has not been there yet.
Usually you want that ratio 2-to-1 in the other direction, not balls based on balls to strikeouts.
Looking back at the runner on second, the 1-0, and it's hit over to the right side. If that's down, it might score a run, but a bad break at second. Dunaway able to field this cleanly, and holding at third is Hall. Hall had to wait to make sure that ball was down. From our view, that was clearly going to get down in front of Dunaway, but no problem either way. With no outs and the bases loaded, you'll take it.
Yeah, especially with the meat of the order coming up. Chris Amador, the 2-hole hitter, going to swing it here. This would be a heck of a way for Amador to break out of his slump. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 2-hole. Now's the time.
Back-to-back back-to-back hits after the leadoff walk, and it's bases loaded with no outs. Flynn, the righty, deals, and Amador watches a ball that is above his letters for ball 1.
Yeah, breaking ball that time from Flynn that was not in the desired location. With those, it's always better to miss high than miss in the zone.
1-0, and that misses high as well.
Went right back to that curveball, same location, maybe a little bit higher. So things not improving.
Runner on first is Roselle, second Cowart, third Hall. 2-0 with no outs in the third. And that ball misses wide. It's a pass ball. Can it score the runner? It does. So that's the first run of the game. It's Nick Hall taking advantage of a poor misplay by Churchich, the catcher, unable to get the ball out of the left-handed batter's box, and it's 3-0 as well to the batter, Chris Amador.
And Amador still ducks on the pond, second and third. And still no one away. Roselle out there at second should score easily. He runs very well.
He's got the green light here and watches a ball that misses a bit high. So another walk. That's the 5th one surrendered of the game by Flynn, and the Collegians have become very, very patient at the plate.
And when you see a guy without the best command on the mound, you tend to lay off. The rule of thumb is wait till you see a strike. That's what Chris Amador did.
And we've got Isaac Parks messing with Turner Davis as he steps to the base with a big situation, watches a curveball for strike 1. That was not his normal walk-up if you heard it, but maybe it'll get him in the spirit. The Britney Spears it.
Right. If he goes yard here, he needs that every single time.
0-1. And Turner Davis right back up the middle. That's to the pitcher. 1 at the plate, and that's all they'll get because of the poor throw by Flynn. Even Flynn's throw back to the plate on the ground ball was not as located, so command issues even on the PFP.
All right, Isaac. No more Britney Spears. Try something else next time. All right. I don't know about this.
So we've got...
Is it the Billy Ray Cyrus version? Good. All right, we're in business then.
Jimenez, the Collegians home run leader with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs, stepping to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the 3rd. First pitch, and it's called a strike.
The amazing thing about Jimenez's 4 home runs is 3 of them have been hit to right field. One of them coming off that scoreboard out there, the other 2 even more towards right. Then he hit a bomb out to left that would have went forever other than the screen.
0-1, and Jimenez swings on a pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2. Farrell, the courtesy runner, on first for the catcher Davis. The Pirates bullpen starts to get warm down the right field line. This is a 7-inning game, meaning this situation halfway through the ball game is about as big as it gets. Bottom of the 3rd, 0-2, 1 out. Bases are full. Jimenez looking for something up in the zone. A mistake on 0-2 perhaps. Flynn's pitch. There it is. It's too high, and Jimenez able to hold up.
That's been the one saving grace for Flynn, is that curveball's missed high every single time. The lack of command actually helping him in that regard.
Roselle on 3rd, Amador on 2nd, Farrell on 1st. 1-2 with 1 out in the 3rd. And it's in the dirt.
Yeah, maybe tried to use that curveball that missed high. That's not where he wanted it, but tried to salvage it as a setup pitch. But when you throw it that far outside, Jimenez not even thinking about it.
There's 1 out. Collegians with 2 singles here and 2 walks. 2-2 to Jimenez. It's right back to the screen. We'll do it again. Collegians scored their lone run of the game on a pass ball. All 4 hits in this ball game, 2 aside, have come in this 3rd inning.
If you're Flynn, you got to go get Jimenez right here. You have Nick Arrivo waiting on deck. That's not the guy you want to see with ducks on the pond.
2-2. And it's inside despite the frame job by Churchich. Full count. The batter Jimenez. 3-2 with 1 out. And he watches ball 4. And Flynn doesn't know where he missed, and I think he may have a case.
When you're being inconsistent on the mound, as Flynn has been today, you're not going to get those borderline calls. When you pump it in strikes all day long, the umpire maybe ball that he's like, oh, that's pretty close. I don't know. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but when you're wild, not going to get that call.
So 2 runs this inning already across for the Collegians. It's 2-0. Bases loaded still with 1 out for Nick Arrivo.
Yeah, Nick Arrivo is hitting .429 this year with runners in scoring position, so not the guy you want to see at the plate.
6 walks for Flynn. 3 of them have come this inning. And the Pirates bullpen really starts to heat up down that right field line as another miss by Flynn. He's behind 2-0. You wonder if Amador gets a little bit jumpy here to get his pitch, or if he stays calm, and if Arrivo gets jumpy, and there is Arrivo getting jumpy to try and drive a pitch on 2-0, despite Flynn missing the strike zone. So Arrivo, the left fielder, with the bases loaded. And another miss inside. Flynn at risk of his 7th walk here, just 2 1/3 innings into his start.
Arrivo going to be sitting one pitch, one spot. It's anything out of there, let it go. No reason to chase against Flynn.
3-1. And it is popped up right up the elevator shaft, and it gets back foul. Cue the car crash sound effect.
Oh, got the pitch he wanted. It was center cut. It just was a little bit underneath of it. Popped it foul.
Jimenez on first, Farrell on second, Amador on third. Arrivo the batter. Nowhere to go in this count. It's full with 1 out and right back up to the left side. Tough play for the third baseman and made. Bistrup fielded it on the bare hand, went across his body, and got the out at first base. It's an RBI ground out for Nick Arrivo, moving the score to 3-0, but for the Pirates, they're just happy to get an out at this point.
Yeah, that marked that one in your book as an RBI web gym. Heck of a play out there by Bistrup. Going Nolan Arenado style with that bare hand.
Of course, now everyone that's at third base is going to be saying Nolan when they made plays. When I was in high school about 10 years ago, when I was playing shortstop, you'd always yell too low when you made a play, and that's how it is now on the front range for Nolan.
Especially with the jump hop, right?
Oh, the jump hop was a classic. I was a big fan of, well, now if you do the spin up the middle, it's got to be the Story. Trevor Story does that spin up the middle about prettier than any other middle infielder I've ever seen. 0-1 on Hudson. And it's in the dirt. It's going to be another run for the Collegians. It might be 2. Stopping at third is Jimenez. Not only did it bounce in the dirt, it went off Churchich's mask, popped up, and he had trouble finding it after it hit him in the face.
That thing got some height out there. I mean, that thing had to be 20 feet in the air off a bounce. I don't blame Churchich for not being able to find it.
So another run for the Collegians, 4 across. They only have 2 hits this inning, but have made the most of a couple wild pitches, pass balls, and walks. Hudson watches. Two-1 from Flynn. And it's hit to the right side. Dunaway should be able to handle it and does, and that is the 3rd out. But the Collegians plate 4 in the 3rd. We head to the 4th with the Collegians leading and Caleb Martinez on the mound dealing. This is a 7-inning league game between the Collegians and Colorado Pirates. Martinez, the starter, still out there for the Collegians. He's already outdueled his counterpart, Flynn.
The big difference is Caleb Martinez has 1 walk. Flynn, no, not so much.
These Pirates are nearly in last place in the standings. They have as many wins as the last place Rough Riders at 1-8, but the Pirates have played less games. They're 1-6-1 on the year. They did tie once. Collegians at 7-7 in league play. 2-0 pitch. It's slapped to the right side. Bad bounce, but Cowart able to get it on a couple of them and throw it over to Hudson for out number 1. Brings up Churchich. Popped up to Turner Davis in foul territory last time. And a fastball that is swung through and missed.
He was way in front of that fastball. Going to have to keep it on the back leg a little bit.
So Martinez goes for some confusion, opts to throw the changeup, and was a bit too high again on the changeup. He's missed high consistently with his changeup. 1-1, and he misses wide there.
And why not throw the changeup? If he's early on the fastball, he's going to be really early on the changeup.
2-1. Slapped over to the left side. That should be playable for Arrivo. First went out, then came in again, and Nick Arrivo doing it the textbook way, and the Collegians doing it in a efficient way for their second out.
Martinez has just cruised through this lineup. He's faced 1 more than the minimum so far. Can't beat that.
Well, you can.
Well,
but
I
it'd be
suppose
hard
so.
to. Swing and a miss there from Johnson, the left fielder. Walked last time on a 4-pitch walk. It's the only command issue we really saw from Martinez this game. Besides that, he's thrown a lot of strikes, particularly here lately, except for when he goes to his changeup like he did there when he's thrown it high. 1-1 from Caleb. The pitch. It misses high again, and Turner Davis keeps pushing down, telling Martinez to get the ball down. Martinez refusing to do so. It's a little game within the game. And Turner gets really low for this pitch, and Martinez again misses high. Turner's now on the ground. He might as well be laying down to get Martinez to throw it lower.
Yeah, if anything, I think Turner Davis would be pleased if he spiked one in front of him and made him block it.
And there it is. It's 3-2 as Johnson swings and misses there.
That was a nice pitch from Martinez. Outside corner, low in the zone, right at the knees. Perfect pitch.
For another 1-2-3 inning, 3-2 with 2 outs. Martinez's full count pitch, and it's slapped over to the right side. Logan Cowart easily playable on the Hunter Hudson, and that's out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Pirates to the bottom of the 4th. Collegians ahead, 4-0. Back for the bottom of the 4th inning at Scott Carpenter Park. It is the Boulder Collegians on top, 4-0. Ethan Jordan, Jake Shapiro on the call. Ethan, what have you liked from this Collegians order today? They've been rather patient.
Well, you said it, Jake. They've been patient. That's something the Collegians have, a few of them have struggled with so far this season. Some of them not so much. It's up and down the order. A lot of guys who've drawn a lot of walks, but sometimes when you get a lead and you're trying to get a lead, it's against a team pitcher you know you can hit. It's tough to watch it go by.
Pitch in the dirt there, and surprised to see Flynn back out there for another inning.
Yeah, the bullpen was working real hard to get him out of there in the third inning, so to see him come back out is a bit of a shock. I've got to imagine he's on quite a short leash.
Or you punt on this game and you just save your pitching for game 2 and you go all out. That might be the way they're thinking with a 4-run deficit already in the fourth inning and only
6 or 9 outs left to play with, though. I think it's too early to punt on a 4-run game, particularly here at this park where the big numbers can be put up quickly. And Flynn goes behind 3-0.
Yeah, 4 is that kind of that magic number where you're oh, well, do we punt, do we not? The way Martinez is pitching, I think, might have played some into that, if that's indeed what they're doing.
3-0 and called strike on Kelby Richardson.
Hey, Kelby trying to take in a patient at bat after grounding into that double play in the second. Trying to be another leadoff man aboard for the Collegians.
And it's in the dirt. It's a walk.
That's the third time in 4 innings that Flynn has walked the leadoff man. That's not what you want to do.
I lost count. Are we up to 8 walks?
I think that's it. I'd have to double check.
What are you good for?
I don't know. Why do you keep me around? I ask myself that every day.
Are they doing live score today? By the way, if you ever want to watch the live score of the Collegians, it's on Game Changer. If you don't want to hear us talk,
we've really been doing him dirty, and he only has 7 walks. Jake, give him a little
tacos or wacos.
Is that a reference to the Rockies 7-run taco thing?
Yes.
Okay. Just for those of us, those listening who are Colorado, state of Colorado, don't know of the legend of the 7-run tacos.
Runner takes off for second. Hall gets the pass and is in there safely at second.
Hall pass?
I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Sure.
I got it. Sure. I was looking at you blankly for a reason.
All right. I feel like I'm a Catskill comic half the time.
The taco reference is that the Rockies get, or people get Taco Bell the next day after you score 7 runs at Coors.
Or with the Rockies. Easily hit single through the left side, and the ground ball is through. It's a single for Hall. It was Hall. I was trying to fit the Hall pass punt in, and I got lost track. It's Hall on base, but Richardson was the one who stole it, and Hall was, it just didn't work.
It was a good attempt, but we've talked about Rockies commercials on this broadcast before. You remember the Carlos Gonzalez taco commercials?
Hey, I got your tacos right here.
He does.
Here you go. We've got a fun fact from, I assume, Turner Davis's mom. Ethan and Jake, little fun fact. Turner and EJ played together when they were 10 years old for Line Drive.
Wow.
So here you go. Turner has a friend. Which is, I think, the news here. 0-1.
They're both catching today, too, which is interesting. Turner not always a catcher for the Collegians. No, Turner Davis, if there's anyone who makes friends quickly on this team, it's got to be Turner Davis.
It's Turner. Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah.
Nobody has more friends than Turner Davis.
Except for Jake Shapiro.
I'm not on the team. Well, kind of.
Well,
1-1. Runner takes off for second. Hit to
the shortstop. No double play there because Hall is at second. Another RBI ground out. This time it's for Logan Cowart, bringing in Kelby Richardson.
Any way you can, even with a 4-run lead. And he runs a good run, and Cowart taking a nice situational at bat right there.
Collegians on track to get a win with only 3 hits.
That's not a good thing for the pitcher on the mound. 7 walks that's a lot. 4 innings. 3 and a third.
And another ball dealt by Flynn.
Brendan Roselle, one of those guys who had a walk. He's had a nice night at the yard, or afternoon, I suppose. Walking a single so far.
1-0. And it's in the dirt, but it's called a strike. Whatever. Collegians wearing the same colored blue as the umpires today, so you'd think they'd be lockstep in that decision making, but that's not how it works. 1-1 with 1 out. And it's curveball that misses wide.
That was a good pitch there from Flynn, whose curveball has missed badly for the most part today, and that one just missing the corner.
So Roselle with a chance to put this game away. 2-1, and it's slapped over to the left side above the third baseman's head. That's going to bring in Hall from second base, and into second base with a double himself is Brandon Roselle.
Walk, single, double. That ain't bad. Roselle 3 for 3, well, in terms of getting on base so far.
So the Collegians lineup having the day it needed to have, and it's going to bring a pitching change most likely from the Pirates manager. This looks like that kind of walk.
But here we go. I always wondered that. Did he not make the decision until he was 6 feet from the mound, or?
I don't know. I feel like if I was a manager, I'd walk out and I'd forget to signal. Didn't that happen in a big league game?
Well, Don Manningly one time went to the mound.
Wrong arm, right?
No. Well, that's happened too, but this time Don Manning, the time I'm always think about is Don Manningly went to the mound, took 5 steps back towards his dugout, then went back to the mound because someone asked him something, then that was counted as a second mound visit.
Oh, so that had to take him out.
Yep, but people have signaled to the wrong arm, which I get. I don't understand why that would matter, but they've had to throw in the wrong pitcher. Anyways, we're going to take a quick breather, and we'll be right back. Collegians ahead 6-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Colorado Pirates of Denver, and Ethan, as we watch a fake bunt attempt from the Collegians. What do we got? You don't have anything, do you? Where's their lineup card?
We got it taken from us. That's why I'm scrambling to find this pitcher.
I've got the lineup card. Do you have the number for the pitcher?
I do here. I've got a roster now. It's okay.
Runner takes off for third, and we're going to score that a stolen. That's a defensive indifference.
Well, I've got a roster, and he's not on the roster. That's unfortunate. Is he on the lineup card? Number 14.
Number 14 is Barnell.
Juan Pablo Barnell on the mound now for the Pirates, and the ball is hit over to the third base side and fielded there. Nice play there by the third baseman Bistrup to look the runner back and make sure a 7th run didn't score for the Collegians. Bring up Turner Davis as his old friend Churchich, I'm sure.
All right, we got
something to him.
We got a different walk-up song. It's good. Last time it was a ground ball back up the middle. We blamed Isaac Parks for his walk-up song.
Not the only time Isaac Parks has cost the Collegians runs this year.
By the way, the fellow on the mound's name is Brock Barnell. So
It's not one.
you were close.
So close. So close. I like a good Brock. Brock's a good lacrosse player.
Yeah,
I've never met a Brock who's bad at lacrosse.
we'll have to test Barnell's skills between games here.
2-0. That's inside. It's 3-0 and another walk opportunity for the Collegians.
Barnell from my neck of the woods down at Grand Canyon University.
The Jackalopes?
No. Close.
Walk there by Brock Burnell.
I think they're just the antelopes.
Ooh, I knew it was a lope. Because they're called the Lopes. Everyone calls them the Lopes.
Scolopes, yeah. But no, they're in the little sketchier area of Phoenix than the ASU downtown campus. But
My friend Jeremy Adams, former Colorado Buffalo basketball player, actually played his graduate transfer season for the Lopes.
all right.
So that's the only way I knew about them. Kicks Farrell again.
Run for Turner.
They had a pretty nice baseball squad this year, I believe. And their basketball team is coached by Dan Majorly, a former Sun.
And scoring from third base is Brandon Roselle. Called a wild pitch that advances to Collegians, and the Collegians now ahead 7-0 in the bottom of the fourth.
7 runs have come all in the last 2 innings. Hit over to the right side. That might get back. It is. It's a home run for Chris Jimenez. His 5th of the season. That was absolutely smoked off the bat. It's a 2-run shot that drives in Turner Davis, and the Collegians are now ahead 9-0.
It's his 4th home run of those 5 to go out to right field. I mean, how many times do you see that where a guy hits 5 home runs and 80% of them are to the opposite field? You just don't see that very often.
So whatever's in the water,
Jimenez has been drinking, has really paid off for him, as he has gotten hot here all of a sudden in the last few weeks or so, and absolutely torched the long ball. And look out, patrons of the Scott Carpenter Park pool in right field.
I think they'll be okay for a little while. That pool's under construction. Maybe they wearing hard hats over there. They're all right.
Someone's got to go get that home run ball. Ball inside. I think that
the years I've been with the Collegians, 5 home runs would be the team lead out of any of the seasons I remember. 5's a lot over the summer, and we've still got quite a bit of season to go.
Yeah, we're about at the halfway mark. I think we may be a little bit past it, in fact. Speaking of that halfway mark, the All-Star Game is coming up on Wednesday. We'll be here for it. We hope you will be, too.
not only will we be here for it, we'll be here for the home run derby prior to it. And we'll have a special live call from the field of that home run derby.
So if you can't make it out to the ballpark, we got you covered. Tune in.
We've got your back, so to speak.
That was the best thing you've ever done on this broadcast.
Hell yeah. Ball misses high, and it's another walk for the
Collegians. They're 9th of the day.
They got to get Boomer back on the home run derby. That's my opinion.
He was so good. Have you seen that Twitter meme smash it video of just back?
Incredible. My only hope is that no Rockies participate in the home run derby. I subscribe to the theory that it jacks up your swing.
I don't.
I do. I think it jacks it up. Or maybe Todd Frazier was just never that good. I don't know.
Second base safely is Nick Arrivo, and rarely do you see a stolen base after a defensive indifference, but that's what we've got here this inning.
I'm sure it was scored in the book by the guys, a defensive indifference.
Here you go. I'll just look over to my left at the Collegian we have up here, Isaac Parks. Do you know what a defensive indifference is? Yeah, I bet you only about 5 guys on the team know what a defensive indifference is. He knows strikeout, walk, and balk. That's all you need to know as a pitcher.
I feel like four of those five guys, I suppose, are the catchers.
Yeah, it's got to be the catchers because it saves their stats. And Eddie Toledo, if that counts.
Yeah. Oh, I think all the coaches probably know what it is. Maybe.
1-1. It's a curveball called strike.
This is Hunter Hudson. He's the 9th batter of the inning for the Collegians.
Who probably knows what defensive indifference is.
Normal catcher.
Maybe between games, I might go down there and check and give him a little pop quiz.
Hit over to the right side. That should be handled by Rode. It is, but the Collegians plate 5 in the 4th after a 4-run 3rd. We're on to the 5th with a 9-run lead for the Boulder boys. You said it, Ethan, and we've got it on the live channel. Only in Rocky Mountain Baseball League do we delay the game for a dizzy bat race.
But certainly happening here.
We're all about the fans here. Come out to the ballpark.
Ooh, the red and blue cross sides. Oh, the blue's going right into the Pirates dugout. Look out.
The red's going right into Hunter Hudson.
They don't know where they're going. They went the wrong way. I think they were supposed to go to third base.
Very nice.
Oh, well.
Did anyone win?
Everybody.
I think red would have won, I think.
All right. Seems like our winner is Ava. Here you
I think we're all losers
I was right.
after that.
All right.
Not Ava. She just got some M&Ms. She's a winner.
Thank you, Lily. Well, had to thank her after that. That was
Daymaker for me. That was great. Anyway, we are back for the top of the 6th inning. It is the Collegians leading. The top of the 5th inning, right? We're the 5th? We're the 6th. 5th? We're the 5th. There's been a lot of runs, man. I lost my pen.
Oh, that's deadly. Here you go.
I want my red pen. Hit over to the left side. Nick Arrivo should be able to handle this into the sun. Has to change his route, but is able to glove it, and then bumps into Chris Amador.
A's need some love out there, and it's out number 1 in the 5th.
And as Jake goes in search of his red pen, because who can make a scorebook in black?
My pen is in black, but it's red. The pen is red. Like, the pen itself is red, but the ink is black.
That makes it almost even worse.
Yeah, I know. It confuses people. Whenever I, go out to sign things, because these are all my pens, are these, people are like, use a black pen, not a red pen. I'm like, this is a black pen. They're like, no, it's a red pen. I'm like, the ink is black.
You mean when you're signing autographs? You know those fanboys want it right on the sweet spot in black or blue ink.
You know what my ex-girlfriend told me the other day?
The fact that you were speaking to her, I won't comment on, but continue.
Hit right back at
Martinez. That should be a single, and it is. The ball is thrown towards the Pirates dugout. She goes, "You keep wondering why these weird things happen to you, like that autograph comment. It's because your ego is just massive." And I'm like, that's not nice.
Well,
And you have nothing. Oh God.
I will refrain from giving you relationship advice on or off air. How about that?
Thanks. I'd prefer you to be Jordan in my corner than Jordan out. Runner on first as Martinez delivers a ball with one out here in the top of the fifth and one out as well. Or I think I said one out. Oh my God. Got me rattled.
I think you got yourself rattled.
I did. Gritzel, the center fielder, up at the bat, and the right hander swings through that one, and it's 1-1. Might see some substitutions for the Collegians for this game. Only 8 outs to play with for the Pirates.
It's always interesting to see if they'll sub in the first game because a lot of those guys who would sub play in the second. So it'll be interesting to see who gets in. I mean, maybe someone who hasn't slated for either game, finally gets a chance. I don't know. It's always a weird thing to play with because, do I want to put him in for this game because he might play the whole next game? I don't know.
A lot to argue about against these Pirates.
You had to get the R comment in.
Yep. Been working on it all game. 1-2. And a back pick opportunity for Davis, but he mishandled the ball, and it's 2-2. Also, don't want to throw too many back picks when you're up 9-0.
Well, Hunter Hudson was looking down to turn Davis
right there.
Man, I had him right there.
Right. He was giving him the glove out like, I had you, boy. I had you. 2-2.
And
that's in the dirt.
And saying he would have picked him off if he was a catcher, too. I mean, we've seen Hunter pick off just about everybody this season, it seems like. Loves those back picks.
Martinez trying to evade his second walk of the evening. 3-2. And he surrenders that walk.
Well, he almost avoided it by hitting the batter, but no dice.
And brings up Dunaway to the plate, the 9-hitter. Singled last time.
And this appears his inning as no one's up in the bullpen, so even though he may be tiring a bit on the mound, McMahon, we'll see, but it's his inning. And with a 9-run lead, and a little extra music for you there. Why not leave Martinez out there? Save the bullpen a bit.
Finger slipped on the slider. 1-0 as Martinez's finger slips on his slider.
That made it okay. You made up for it.
And this one smashed towards the left field side. Arrivo coming in, not able to play it as it is down in front of him, and the Pirates have the bases loaded after the 2 singles in the walk. This is still Martinez's inning.
Bullpen is dead silent.
No action in the Collegians' dugout either.
And he's got the top of the order coming up, so things getting a bit difficult. Needs a ground ball right here.
Martinez has already thrown 61 pitches in this game, 34 for strikes, and this over to the right side. Cowart making a leaping grab to record out number 2. Tried to throw it over to first base, but couldn't get it out of his glove. Don't know if he would have even gotten the out. It might have been a retroactive infield.
I'm not sure he had that coming down out of the leap. I think it was a little loose in the glove, and he was just trying to, when he tried to grab it, he just tried to keep it in there. So better to get the 1 out, not risk it.
The Pirates have had 2 hits in the 3rd inning and now 2 hits here in the 5th. Collegians trying to keep the score at 0. Martinez has Bistrup, who has hit 2 hard-line drives today, 1 to center field, 1 to left. Martinez's first pitch to him, way high.
Yeah, Bistrup has definitely been the best position player for the Pirates today. He has those 2 hard-hit balls and then has made 2 nice plays over at third base.
1-0 and almost hits the batter to first on the back pick, and good idea by Turner Davis and Hunter Hudson, but not in time.
Yeah, if you're Dunaway over there at first, you can kind of be lulled to sleep. 2 runners ahead of you. You're not really looking to run anywhere, so just kind of standing out there. Not a bad idea. Well, 3-0 on Bistrup here as that one missed high. Base is still loaded. Collegians up 9-0.
3-0 for Martinez, and it's his third walk of the game. This one cost him a run and the shutout.
Caleb will be all right just if he can work out of it here.
And that'll bring, is that Jake Olofsson going to the bullpen?
That'd be Quinn Cook, actually, I believe. And Mark Goodman's headed to the Hill to chat with Martinez. So you got to imagine this will be Caleb's last inning, even if he's able to work out of it.
Collegians will only task their bullpen with 6 outs.
Not too bad. They're not too worried about bullpen management here today because we're going into the All-Star break. As we mentioned, Wednesday is the All-Star game. We'll have that and the Home Run Derby for you right here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. It will be right here at Scott Carpenter Park as well. So come out for that. But going into the All-Star break, the Collegians will not play another game until Friday. So bullpen management, they can throw just about everybody.
Do we have the Collegians All-Stars yet?
We were supposed to. I will try and acquire those between games.
I'm going to turn around and ask Matt Jensen. First pitch there from Martinez is a ball. Martinez is 1-0 with the bases juiced, and it's
fouled away towards the third base side. And it's 1-1. One. Hit towards the right side. Going back is Richardson. It's in the gap. Richardson reaches up and makes the play for out number 3. So the Pirates only plate 1. They leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Collegians on top, 9-1.
Back for the bottom of the 5th inning in Boulder, Colorado. Ethan Jordan and Jake Shapiro working on finding out that RMBL All-Star list for the Boulder Collegians. As the Collegians send Richardson to the plate for leadoff duty again after he led off in the 5-run 4th inning.
And the Collegians have kept my scorebook clean. They've gone through the order, or nearly a couple of times, but have yet to bat around.
Yeah, I love a good 5-run rally that doesn't amount in me having to mess up my scorebook.
Right.
2-0, that misses. It's 3-0.
The important things, right? That's what they're focused on down there.
Us.
Right.
And that ball misses inside. It's a leadoff walk to Richardson. Second in the last 2 innings.
First one issued by Barnell to Richardson. As Brock's back to work on the mound.
This is Brock Barnell. He came in midway through last inning. Flynn couldn't finish the job. Nick Hall at the plate.
Update from Fort Collins, by the way. Or excuse me, from Double Angel.
I just saw your scorebook. Wow.
Yeah, 7-4. The Game Day Saints have reclaimed the lead over the Fort Collins Foxes. And the Foxes are, if they're playing a 7-inning game, they're about a half inning away from their first loss. If it's a 9-inning game, do the math.
Keep that up. Parenti's at the bat. Parenti's a good player. He's got a runner on first as well with no outs in that game. Hit over the left side. That's a foul ball.
We'll keep an eye on it throughout the rest of this one. Not sure if they're playing a doubleheader. They might be. Saturday would be my guess, just like us. Or maybe they're playing a midweek. I don't know. Do you call a Monday game a midweek game?
Yeah, weekday game, yeah. Unless it's like Memorial Day.
I just feel weird calling it a midweek, and it's like the first day of the week.
And the back throw over to first, and Richardson steals second. Richardson was caught too far off first, so instead of heading back, he went to second and got the
And that's always what you try to do if you're back-picked and hung up. This time it works out for Kelby.
Barnell's 3-1, and
it's up the chute to the right side between the second baseman and right fielder. The second baseman will handle it road for the first out of the bottom of the fifth.
Logan Coward at the bat's had a productive day so far. Single, and then his ground out resulted in an RBI.
So this is the bottom of the fifth. Which means it's time for our trivia question, and because it's a shortened game, we'll only give you a 1 inning.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
I was, but
where's the bottom of the fifth thing, Jake?
If you're at the bottom of your fifth, it's time for your trivia question.
There we go. You got to keep it alive.
Thank you.
I miss it.
So as we know, and as many know, 2001, Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs, which is the most single-season home runs in Major League Baseball history. Now, this is my favorite
stat of Barry Bonds, which there are many because in one season he
then
had
at bats. This one is great. 1-1, and that misses inside. In his 73 home run season, and please don't look this up, how many RBI do you think he had? 73 home runs. How many RBI? Ethan, do you have just a guess off the top of your head?
Yeah. I'm going to go with... I got to do a little
over to the left side, and it's a tough play. Bobbled at third base, and it takes the first baseman off the base as well as Bistrup threw over to Strotz, and that is an infield single with an error advancing Kelby Richardson to third.
As far as Barry Bonds is concerned, though, 2001 Giants team, trying to think of how many runners were on ahead of him.
Well, here's what the key is. Like you have Nolan Arenado who's at 35 to 40 home runs a year. He gets 140 RBI, right? So if he hits 73 home runs, your RBI have to be
almost twice that, you'd think.
You'd think, but based on the fact that you're asking me this, I get the feeling that it's not that high, just because he didn't get RBIs from anything else. He kept getting walked. So now I'm just trying to figure out how many RBIs he would have gotten from his home runs,
which would be 73 at least.
Right. How good at getting on base were the 2001 Giants? Do they still have Jeff Kent at the time? I think they did.
Straight steal a second, and the Collegians have
in third with one out.
It was bound to happen, but speaking of early 2000s Jeff Kent, we're going to hear this rant. Jeff Kent won the 2000 MVP, Jake, I'm sure, as you know.
Over Todd Helton.
Who got fifth after hitting 372 on the season. He was 2 home runs behind Jeff Kent. Outbeat him in every single offensive category other than that. He got fifth.
Worse is the discrepancy in WAR.
Yeah.
Helton finished with an
Or that year, Jeff Kent with a 7.2. Barry Bonds was better than
Barry
Jeff
Bonds
Kent, and they
was
played
better
on the
than
same
Jeff Kent,
team.
and they played
Yeah.
on the same team.
And Barry Bonds got second, I believe.
Fouled back.
Fouled back.
Piazza was fourth. Am I correct so far?
Jeff Kent was still on the Giants in 01, was an All-Star and a Silver Slugger.
But who got third in that voting, if you have it up?
Third was Mike Piazza,
Oh, who was fourth then? Sorry.
Jim Edmonds,
Jim Edmonds.
who,
Edmonds, that's
who
right.
looks like a dad more than
Looks like
any
a
other
dad
person
more
in the
than
history
any
of
other
sports.
person in the history of sports.
Jim Edmonds looks like a
Jim
dad.
Edmonds looks like a dad.
Dante Bichette is your
Dante
stepdad.
Bichette is your stepdad.
Jeez.
2-2.
2-2. And that's into center field. Coming in is Grizzle, and it's over his head. Took the first step in, tried to retreat, but couldn't get up for it. 1 run is in for the Collegians. 2 runs are in, and striding into third base with a 2-run triple is the Boulder Collegians' Brandon Roselle, and that should be a walk-off for the Collegians. So they take game 1 here on a walk-off 2-run triple by Brandon Roselle, and we head to game 2. Ethan, why don't you jump down on the field and get Brandon Roselle?
Sure.
So I'm going to check on that Fox's score as well because that has major implications around the league. And that game is still in progress with the Foxes going down in the 7th, so that's going to be a 9-inning game. But here, the Boulder Collegians able to get the walk-off in the bottom of the 5th and get the run rule. It's Brennan Roselle with the triple, a 2-run triple that scored both Richardson and Cowart. And that was the let's see, I'm tallying it up right now. Tenth and 11th runs of the game, so the Collegians win 11-1 on the triple. Roselle goes at the plate 3 for 3 with a walk. He had the triple, the double, and the single, so just a home run shy of the cycle. And what a day he had. So Brendan Roselle is our player of the game. Caleb Martinez throws a complete game, scuffled a little bit in his final inning, so he didn't get the shutout because of a walk that drew in a run. But overall, a fine day for Caleb. He only allowed 4 hits. He struck out just 1, walked 2, and had a couple 1-2-3 innings. So the first inning was a 1-2-3 inning, the second inning and a fourth inning 1-2-3 innings. Kept his pitch count under 75, so all in all, a really nice day for Caleb Martinez and Brendan Roselle at the plate. Turner Davis was able to reach base a couple of times, scored twice. Richardson able to score twice as well for the Collegians, both on walks. Hall had a walk and a single, scored twice, and Chris Jimenez with the home run for the Collegians. So all in all, it's Brennan Roselle, our player of the game, with that performance where he walked and went 3 for 3 at the plate, just a home run shy of the cycle. Down on the field catching up with Brennan Roselle is my partner, Ethan Jordan.
Thanks, Jake, here with Brennan Roselle. Brennan, you had the pseudo walk-off here, 11-1. What'd you see on that pitch? Pretty nice hit out there to center field.
I mean, I was talking with Coach Didi the other day and just making an adjustment and applying it in the game.
Yeah, you were, like Jake said, you were 1 hit away from the cycle. Should have kept playing, giving you the chance to give that home run, right?
They got the job done.
So the offense, it's been a little stagnant of late. What did you guys do in order to get back on track offensively in this game?
Staying within ourselves, hitting hittable pitches, and throwing strikes on the mound.
You guys are really patient at the plate today.
Yeah, it paid off.
What are you guys looking forward to in the second game here today after that kind of an offensive performance? What's the mentality going into game 2?
Keep the momentum rolling and keep seeing the ball well.
And if I could ask Caleb one question, Ethan, how good was Caleb on the mound for you guys today, Brennan?
Oh, he's got the cape on.
Caleb was really good on the mound today. He was throwing strikes and letting the defense do the job.
All-Star games on Wednesday. We just found out you were named an All-Star. Tell us about that.
Just honored to be able to participate in such a great event.
Awesome. That's Brendan Roselle. He walked it off today, went 3 for 3. By the way, that All-Star game is Wednesday right here at Scar Carpenter Park. Come out for that as well as the Home Run Derby. Brennan Roselle, thank you so much. We'll see you for game 2.
Not all heroes wear capes, but our hero today is in a cape. That's Brennan Roselle. He with the walk-off triple for the Collegians. We'll be back for Game 2 in just a few minutes. That's my partner, Ethan Jordan. I'm Jake Shapiro. Stay tuned on YouTube and Facebook. We'll have the live stats on Game Changer as well, and we'll see you in just a bit. Collegians win 11-1.
For me? You're too calm.